Well, thank you so much for staying with us. And again, thanks to our sponsors for sponsoring our show so that we can be here with you to answer your questions, talk about lawn and garden and health issues right here every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. right here on The Light. So if you have questions that you would like to have answered, like we are answering these questions, you can always give me a call at the store at 330-455-5997. Or you can email me your questions at Cindy Petitti, that's CindyPetitti @gmail.com. Or better yet, just stop in at the store at 5828 Columbus Road, right there on the corner of Columbus Road and Broadway, and we will answer all of your questions. We do ask if you are bringing an insect in or a diseased leaf or branch, that you have it in a jar or a Ziploc bag, or leave it in your car so that we can come out and take a look at it. We do not need any more infestations in our greenhouse than we have. Being organic, we have issues trying to control insects, and so we want to make sure that we don't introduce anything new to our plants that we are trying to keep clean. So a couple of our other questions that we had was about fruit trees. And if you did not spray your fruit trees, or maybe you did spray early, but you are noticing some insect issues or some curling leaves, maybe on your peach tree. Peach leaf curl is a very common disease on the peach trees. Also, I noticed on our peach tree right now, the peaches are growing very nicely, but we are starting to get a little bit of insect issue. It is definitely safe to spray the Bonide Orchard spray on your trees. That is going to control insects and diseases. It's great for those little wasps that love your peach trees. The nice thing is this is safe to the day of harvest. You don't have to worry about, a harsh chemical and you have to have it on 7 days before harvest or anything like that. Anything that's that strong, you probably don't want to be consuming it even after 7 days. But that Bonide Orchard spray is great. Now, if you do have an extreme disease problem that you might think I need something really a little bit stronger, there are some great copper sprays, again, an all natural, all certified for organic gardening that you can use. Liquid copper comes in a ready to use and a ready to spray. The ready to spray, you hook it on the end of your hose and you can spray your whole tree. It reaches much farther than a normal pump-up sprayer will, or the ready-to-use. So if your tree might be 12, 14 feet tall and you're having a difficult time reaching the top, but you are noticing some leaf curl up there, the ready-to-spray product, and they'll have RTS on the bottle. You'll notice it looks like a ready to use at first glance, but then you'll see where it has the hose and hookup. You will get 25 feet of spray on most of those ready to spray bottles. So that's going to be really handy. You can get up and under the tree, spray the bottom sides of the leaf. Again, it's an all natural product. So if it comes down on you, you don't have to be worried about that. Or if it comes down onto the peaches itself, it's not going to hurt those either. So that's going to be a great way. A lot of your apple trees, you might see some things on them too, insects and diseases both ways. So the copper is going to be great for all of those diseases. If you have something and you're not sure if it's an insect or a disease, any type of a hole is always going to be an insect. Some discoloration only, it's usually a disease or a nutrient deficiency. So you might want to take that into consideration. But those copper sprays are really going to help you control those diseases so much better. And that's going to help you control that. Now, some of you have been asking about your fruit trees. They are loaded in fruit, but everything's little. If your peach tree, for instance, is loaded in fruit and you can tell that as small fruit, your limbs are starting to weigh down. You might need to do a couple things. First, you might need to sacrifice some fruit so that the other fruit that you leave on gets to a larger size. So you need to decide what's more important. Many small peaches, or would you rather have a few less and have them to be a larger peach? And that's definitely going to make a difference in that sacrificing. If you sacrifice them, you will have larger ones. The other thing is with the sacrificing, it will help your limbs not be as heavy, so you won't break limbs. But I know that the other peaches, even if you sacrifice, are getting larger, so they are heavier. Especially on peach trees, you might need to prop your limbs. I know that on our peach tree that we have at the greenhouse, we sacrifice so that we have some larger peaches, but we really still have to prop our limbs. They get so heavy. Last year we missed a limb and it actually broke. So you really don't want that happening, because that is just introducing that tear will introduce a spot for insects to enter. So trying to be on top of that stuff is always the best for you. But propping those leaves up, and there's things that you can purchase to prop leaves, branches up, but we have found that a 2x4 notched out at the top, or even a 2x6 notched out at the top so that the limb will rest in there, and then prop that up works great. And we have several of them underneath our tree right now. Thanks to Zaid and Toby. On Wednesday, they were propping the tree up and taking care of all of our limbs. Also, if you have a lot of fruit and you did not fertilize this spring, you can still fertilize right now, because that tree is really pulling nutrients out of the earth while it's producing that fruit, and the fruit is coming on. Lots of nutrients are being pulled from the plant. So if you did not fertilize this spring, you still can do that, and you want to do that right around the drip line of the plant. You will still want to fertilize that tree in the fall to feed it for next year. So you want to make sure that you keep that in mind, that you do still feed them in the fall. Again, I cannot impress upon you enough. You are feeding your trees and shrubs, not just your fruit trees, but all of your trees and shrubs to keep them healthy, not so that they grow, which they will grow some, but you really are feeding them to keep them healthy so that they can fight off insects and diseases. So spring and fall fertilization of your trees and shrubs is very, very important, and you want to make sure that you do that. Well, I want to let you know right now of all the things that we have on sale at the store. Here it is. We are practically mid-July, and we need to get rid of a lot of those things that's in the greenhouse. We're starting mums now, and before you know it, it will be poinsettia season, and we will be starting poinsettias. And so we need time to get the greenhouse cleaned out and then actually cleaned and sanitized before the poinsettias come in, because they are a very tender plant that attracts a lot of insects, so we don't want there to be anything around. So we really do need to clear out the greenhouse. So we have all of our flats on sale, full flats of organic vegetables, mix and match any way that you want. We have those buy one, get one. We did have them on sale for $12.99, but now they are buy one, get one. So that makes them only $8.50 a flat. But we do ask you to buy the two. We want to make sure that we are moving them out. So if you still are planting a garden, please do that. But we also, if you don't need that many, we do have buy a tray, get a tray from the flat, or buy an annual pot and get an annual pot for free. So all of those things are on sale, flowers and vegetables. And then we will be having your fall flowers ready very soon. The ornamental kale and ornamental cabbage, they are ready. The mums are still small, but they will be ready in about about 4 to 5 weeks, they will be ready also. We were just trimming those back so that they won't be ready to bloom until the fall, but those things will all be ready very soon. So we have all of those sales going on, as well as the produce that we have available right now. Like I said, we will cut lettuce and Swiss chard for you as you come in, and then we are harvesting tomatoes, cucumbers, zucchinis on a daily basis, and of course those ground cherries that we were talking about. If you have questions that you would like to have answered, please don't hesitate to give me a call at 330-455-5997. That's the store phone number. Or you can give me a call, or you can email me at Cindy Petitti, that's CindyPetti @gmail.com, or better yet, stop into the store at 5828 Columbus Road, right on the corner of Columbus Road and Broadway. We do have our summer hours in effect now. Last Sunday was my first Sunday to be closed, and it was sort of nice to be able to go to church and stay the whole service and not have to leave early so that I could get back to open the store up. But Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. until 6 p.m., and Saturdays, 8 a.m. until 4 p.m. And like I said, we are closed on Sunday. So if you need me on a Sunday, jot down what you need and come in on Monday morning. We will be open at 8 o'clock. So there's always things going on in your gardens. We understand that. And Sunday afternoons, a lot of you are working in there, and then you see that all of a sudden, and you're like, you want to run over and make sure that you get it. But there's just not enough of you doing it for me to be able to stay open on that day. And so we need to make sure. And of course, we all need a day of rest. So even though I'll be there a lot of the time watering, because in the heat of the summer like this, the plants still require water. And we're starting plants all the time. Even though we say that we're getting rid of stuff, the ones we still have, we have to keep them watered and keep them healthy for you. And remember, we do a few other things that a lot of people aren't aware of. We do a lot of funeral work or sending flowers that are plants. So if you like to send plants when you send funeral flowers somewhere so that they have something to keep in memory of their loved one, we do a lot of that type of work, and we also deliver. And also, a lot of people like to take, instead of cut flowers that are going to die in a few days, they like to take a plant. And so we always have beautiful little plants year-round ready to go to someone's home or to a nursing facility or an independent living, and brighten those areas up. And also wonderful house plants that clean the air. So stop in at 5828 Columbus Road, right there on the corner of Columbus Road and Broadway, and visit us. Well, we will be right back here next Saturday morning at 8 a.m. right here on the Light 95.9. Have a blessed week.